Good morning, everyone. How are we doing today? Another video on Donnies Stock Talk, investing for beginners. I'm going to talk about three main things today. Number one is the app you start to trade with, i.e., your bank account, Wealth Simple, Robinhood, E-Trade, Quest Trade. My best advice for you would be to go through your bank, because what I do is I go through the bank for three reasons, really. Number one is because it's just much easier for me to just use my bank account, and it's just like you're always on your phone and you always have your app, the app for your bank and everything like that online and all that. So it's always good to have that. Number two is because the business days that it takes to transfer over money to other apps like Quest Trade or like E-Trade or I-Trade or something like that, it takes 3 to 5 business days, and at that time you could miss the run. Some of my stocks I've made in 2 days have been I've made up to 17 grand. Like right now I have one running and it's up 17 grand in over 2 days. And if you kind of miss that, then it's really crappy and a shitty feeling to miss that. So yeah, let's just stick with our bank if you can. That's my advice. And the third reason is because your bank will send you all your tax documents for the end of the season, and you'll have it all in one main document rather than other trading platforms that they make you send. They send you a bunch of papers and you have to do your own due diligence, which is not a problem either, right? They're all both easy and no issues there. So yeah, but just stick with your bank. That's number one. It's three apps that I'm going to talk to you about that make life easy. It's free, it's easier, and that's what we want. We want free. We don't want to spend money. So that's why I'm here to help. So you could get into other apps that cost you money and stuff like that, right? But we'll just stick with our bank. That's my advice for you. My number two app to use is called CNBC, and I'll put these all into my description in the below after. So CNBC is the next to fastest live action like stock watching. So like when you get your ticker, the ticker is the name of the company that you watch on your stocks and everything like that, and you have it on CNBC. You could see the live trade amount that the price actually is. Unlike you see back here on my account here, I actually have like the real dashboard, which will show like as it's going every millisecond what the price differences are. As you can see, there's some color changes there, and you can see that the chart's kind of going there and moving at the same time. So that's another thing that I have with my bank as well, that you're allowed to get, but that one costs a little bit more money. But it only costs $29 a month for that one. But I'm not gonna promote that until they send me a sponsorship. But so CNBC, it's about 3 minutes behind, which you may not think is a big deal, but it is. It's a big deal because I took home $25,000 US from a stock, and I was looking at CNBC thinking, okay, I'll sell it at this price. And then when I got into my live ticker and my live tracker, my ticker was actually about 5 cents underneath, and I lost about 6 grand, which isn't bad. It's not bad, but sometimes that's how trading goes. But like, it's better to watch it live, right? But CNBC is, for starters, the best one to watch. You don't really need to know anything else about like in depth and how fast it is, right? As long as you have CNBC, you could see a trading like the trading, and how a bullish is also how high it's going up, right? Or if it's neutral or if it's bearish. That's three different things. We'll get into that later on, but that's what the charts that I read are on CNBC if I'm not on my computer. Number three app, and this is the main one. This is your main app that you need. This one is where I do most of my research, and sometimes is where I stumble upon new stocks. This is where I find most of my stuff. It's called Yahoo Finance, and that app right there You could follow me on it as well. You could follow anybody. You could follow people that you looking at your tickers or you're watching your stocks. And like if they are in it, then somebody else is in it. And like you could look at the comments and you could follow, and there's a bunch of news there, and that's where you get all your information about the company. And if you set it up properly, which I'll go through a tutorial, like when I go on YouTube live here or whatever, I'm gonna go set up a tutorial on how to actually track and make your own list. So I have 3 lists. I have one that's just a main watch list. I have another one that's a penny stock watch list, and I have one that's my actual list. And yeah, so that's my best 3 tips of the day for you is, one, get your Yahoo bank, or get your bank app that you could trade through, preferably your bank app. If you have a bank and it's not a credit union, I believe you have to go through a different app, but there's lots out there. But yeah, stick with your bank and try and get a direct investing account because it's the easiest, and I never lose out on missing to 3 to 5 days, business days, for transferring money over. Like say I see a stock, if I wanted to put money that I haven't already made in the stock market, like back in the day, I used to have to put like $50. I'd move $50 over into my account right away, and I'd go through and I could buy a $50 stock and then make a couple dollars on it, whatever, right? So that's what the bank app's good for. And CNBC, it is a really good app for checking your charts, and Yahoo Finance is for all your news. Also, I had a question here on one of my comments asking, what's the minimum money you could put down into stocks? Well, you could put down as low as $11. And the reason why I say $11 is because every time you buy a stock, you get charged $10 on some platforms, which is a good thing. So there's other platforms like Quest Trade and Robinhood and Wealthsimple that you don't have to pay commission. And everyone's like, oh, that's good, I don't have to pay commission. But really, the commission is a good thing, and you could reimburse it at the end of tax season. But the least amount to have, I think, in a RSP account an investing account is $50. $50 is safe because, one, you could find a really good stock and make like $100 on it that week, but the $10 commission is important. So when you spend that $10, you're actually spending $40 towards a stock. So the least amount safely is probably $50. I think is safe, because then when you sell that app down the line, if you haven't made, or that stock down the line, if you haven't made any money, you have to spend another $10 on that to sell it. So it's about a $20 round trip basically to sell and to buy. So yeah, $50 is probably the least that I would put into a RSP. And that's what I did used to do, because I used to fight for money all the time, because my money's more important than putting into stocks and everything like that, right? Until I started getting good and realizing that I need to choose good stocks and I need to, make money, right? So, and as for the most, you could do as much as you want. You could put 1,000, 100, you could put 1,500, you could put $3,000, but like the actual the stock amount that people like to start with, if you see other tutorials and videos, they say like they start with 1,000. And if you do start with 1,000, that's a good trade amount, because you could find one really good ticker and you could buy into it, right? That's another thing that we're going to get into down the line here, because I don't want to make these videos longer than 10 minutes, because nobody wants to sit around for 10 minutes looking at my mug face. So that's Donnie's Stock Talks for Investing. Just remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm here to help you and give you my information. I've made money on the stock market. I'm not the smartest, but I know what I'm doing, and my easy tips can help you out. I have a story about a guy that I played Xbox with. We're really tight. His name's Sean McGuire. He's on my Facebook. He was, I don't know him. I've never met him. He's from Iowa, and he wanted to get into the stock markets, and I gave him some easy tips, and he's put in $1,000, and he's up about 15 grand himself. So that's a good start platform for somebody, right? So yeah, let's just hit a like, please, subscribe, and put that bell on, so every time I get a new video, you get it right away. Thanks for listening, guys. Thank you. Bye.